on the wall at 6 p.m. If you would, we'll stand for the prayer and invocation. Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for all the many blessings. We pray that you watch after all our first responders and men and women overseas fighting for our freedom. We ask that you help us make the decisions tonight in the best interest of everyone. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
You'll do the pledge with me, American. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. I can hear him better than I thought I would be able to. All right, thank you, guys. Next is public testimony, where citizens are invited to speak on any topic on the agenda. However, unless the item is specifically noted on the agenda, the Economic Development Corporation is required under the Texas Open Meetings Act to limit its response with a statement of specific factual information, reciting the city's existing policy on that issue, or directing the person making the inquiry to visit with city staff about the issue. No EDC board deliberation is permitted. And I'm assuming you're here to talk to us today. So do you understand what I just read? Come on up. Come on up.
There's a lot of people I'm competing against. Hello.
So tell us who you are and what you're here for today. And what I want to let you know is that we can't really respond because of the Texas Open Meetings Act.
Right.
So you can
right.
tell us what you want and we can get you on the agenda for next time,
Okay.
or we can talk further
Okay.
later.
My name is Karen Bontrager, and I live in the River Oaks area. And I've talked to Darren and I've talked to Marvin today about starting a business association. So it's an opportunity to be able to actually grow businesses in this area. I've talked to a lot of people, and they said that it is something that is needed, and they haven't been able to be successful with it as of yet. And I love a challenge. And I also love the people of River Oaks. With Sarah Kelty, I was allowed to be on the homecoming parade, and I just saw the beauty in the people, and I feel like there's so much potential there. It is I have a specific meeting that I go to that is available to be able to be a member, but a lot of the people that I've talked to, they don't have the economics to join, and that's kind of troubling if you're a business and you don't have $1,000 to join something, and it definitely shows the economic, I would say, kind of depression per se. And even the people in the area that have money, there's kind of like, I guess because I'm like outsider per se, that I see things with fresh eyes. And I just see that there's just so much potential in this community. And I love Mayor Darren and Mark. And they're great people. They do great things in the community. But I think there needs to be, other businesses that come here and infuse life. And so that's what I'd like to say. And thank you so much for the gift of your time.
Thank you very much. We've got some things coming up. If you'll get with me later, we'll talk about some things. Like I told you, we've already got a group that's kind of been started, and hopefully after tonight there will be a reason to have another business type meeting. We've done in the past, well, like I told you, we used to have a Tri-Cities Chamber that went away, but we've had some training seminars that went over quite well. And those people all had a desire to keep going. So we can talk about that later. But thank you for coming out.
What was your name again?
Karen Bontrager.
Karen?
Yeah, Karen Bontrager, Bontrager, T as in Tom, R is in rabbit, A is in apple, G is in glorious, E is in Ernie, and R is in Reggie.
And you need to talk to this young lady right here. She can tell you everything you need to prepare your Christmas float for our Christmas parade. All right. I am going to take a quick side note also. You mentioned Mark. Those of you that know Mark in my office, he just received a very prestigious award over the weekend. He was awarded the, I'll say it wrong, the Will Rogers Memorial Medallion in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A big deal for his screenplay writing that he did for the movie about the birth of Western Swing. Yeah. So the whole thing that's coming up this next weekend is their annual thing. But the guy that puts that on is the one that wrote this movie. I saw the movie 2 years ago, so it's been a while. It's been on the circuit, but he was recognized for it. So I want to brag on him. He's a great guy that's way too qualified to be working for me. Just don't ever tell him I said that. Do we have anybody else that?
Dawn was waving.
Yes, Don. Thank you.
Yeah, I just would like to find out more about what the lady was talking about. Maybe she can send me an email or something. Margaret can give that to her and find out more to where we keep abreast of it and see what she might propose to develop.
Absolutely.
Maybe get there, we can talk with it.
And when you get back in town, I can share y'all's contact information with both of you.
That's fine.
Thank you. Dawn is a normal member of ours online who's out of town right now, and Steve Hollins is also out of town, normally with us. And with that being said, I guess I should have done roll call, which that's what we've got here. We've got Dawn online and Steve absent.
Yes,
Be the way that's put down.
and
Oh.
Roll.
You talked to him?
Uh-uh.
I haven't either. Okay. All right. Consider approval of minutes from October 6, 2025, regular meeting.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.
Aye.
Number 7, consider approval of request by Christmas Parade Committee to expand city promotional funds to purchase awards for this year's city Christmas parade. Would that be you?
Yes, I really was here to answer any questions you may have. Did we, is there a dollar amount on there?
I was told 250, but
250?
yeah, but I think you're on here twice. So you may be talking about a
That's what
different
it's,
thing. So what I was told is that y'all were looking for, this says to purchase awards. But then after that, it's
Yes.
talking about the lift and that stuff.
so anything that has to do with the parade, it cannot, quote unquote, legally be covered through the HOTS fund. So we've worked hard. Everything we've done with the Christmas event this year is coming out of the HOTS fund, which is the hotel motel tax funds. But anything that has to do with the parade for some reason is outlined as not, it cannot be done. So the lifts decorating for
Decorations and stuff can be, but the parade itself can't.
correct. So, but EDC has done, already ordered and received the banners. And so that requires a lift, and we're going to try to coordinate our efforts with that, but that'll be two times of a lift. And then awards for the parade. We were also asking to split the difference with down the median of the boulevard. Last year, we had a lot of people crossing the highway, not at the crosswalk that we set forth. And so that's a huge accident waiting to happen. So the police this year requested that we order like people barriers to go to block off one side of the boulevard. So that, because what happens is the parade draws people on both sides of the boulevard and they sit over in the parking lot and watch, which is a great front row seat, but then they all want to cross to join the festivities. And so Marvin, do you have a total on that amount?
It was $900 for the people barrier.
Okay.
So what's
we
a
were-
people barrier, just so I.
Just large
understand.
barriers that they can't, they have to go
No
make
barrier.
effort to climb over, but it will block off the entire median so that they're forced to go in and out of the one crosswalk that we have. So, and that's manned by police power as well, and the big, huge light there. So it's much more safe than them just darting across the highway. So we were asking, at a minimum to split that with us. So much more
And
than
how much was that?
$250.
900 for the
I'm sorry, one more time,
900.
Is that in part of?
900?
Uh-huh.
How long is that?
So that's, part of the question. So first
I
of all,
think it's 100
she's-
foot.
she's basically on number 8. The next
Well, there's
page.
two things. I'm not sure
It's-
why they're separated
it's
out. This
together.
will all go towards the Christmas event.
And so
So
what is a little confusing, and I don't know well, we were, but what I'm saying is if you read 8, it's the same thing. It's a continuation.
So
So,
my apologies. I have
yeah,
nothing to do
so
with the
I believe
agenda.
that 7 was supposed to be just awards, is that's the way it's written here.
Okay.
Let me get past that.
Okay.
I would
okay.
like to make a motion that we allow $300 for parade awards.
So that's number 7.
We've given awards away every year for floats, giving them, encouraging them to decorate floats.
I thought that's what he read off of the sheet. I'm not sure.
It's not on the sheet. I'm
Okay.
taking it a little further and giving you some leeway.
Okay.
I'm really confused because I'm looking at Christmas committee and, okay, last year $1,500.
Well,
So now
okay.
it's-
Yeah.
And that's where I was telling you.
Last
that you
year
put
we
too much
rolled it-
information
We
in.
rolled it all into this for the lights and everything and the awards. And that, it was $1,500 for the lights and the personal costs and all that for the parade.
So.
So go back to number 7 and forget what you're looking at because he's putting too much information.
What items?
So number 7 is just talking, that's where I have a motion on the floor for $300 to buy awards. And part of that is that I bought some and they've gone up. So just trying to give some leeway there. But what we had done in the past, and I kind of helped with this in the first, they did everything and I helped a little bit with awards for the parade. And so we came up with things like an award for the best lights, and they called that they had cute names to them. So like the Griswold Award was for the best
Mhm.
lights, and then there's one for best group, best
There are a
car,
total
maybe. I
of
don't even remember.
there are a total of 7 awards.
And so one year we had little engraved acrylic awards. I think last year we had little Christmas
Mhm.
ornaments that had a
Last year,
Black or trophy?
they're trophies, but they're unique. Last year we had ornaments engraved with River Oaks Hometown Christmas Parade, and we had the title that they won. And then, so that was done by a local vendor here, or a local friend here. And then we also had the little trophy holders. It was a little nightlight. I can show you a picture from my phone if you want to see it, but it was made out of wood, and it was a little stand that held the Christmas award so that they can put it out every Christmas as Christmas decoration if they want, or leave it out year round because it's, they won the
And we
right
have one of
parade.
the original one that I had made is sitting in Marvin's office, but I think we're a little in the weeds there. If we don't want to pay for awards, that's fine, but we need to let them have the
7 awards.
leeway to make them what they want.
It's going to be $15 to $20 per trophy, the whole entire set, because we have to pay for the person to engrave it. That was the most expensive part. So how much, do the math, I don't know.
Okay, so go.
What is 7
Well,
times?
Well, I'm
15.
To
gonna-
make it easy for.
But we're in the weeds here. He has a-
$7 has $140.
Okay, here's what,
He-
motion, second, and then we talk. That's the way it should be.
That's right.
I'll second.
Okay. In further discussion, you had the floor.
That's what he was talking.
Okay.
Well, what's your motion? She said she needed it.
The motion was to give them
$150
$300 to come up with awards, and they can do whatever, $300. They were originally asking for $250, and I added to that to give them some leeway, let them do what they want to do.
Okay.
But
15,
I didn't,
20.
maybe there was already enough put in there and I didn't need to put buffer, but I know these things have gone up. So I was trying to help.
Man, are we paying half of that cost or the full thing?
Full thing of that of the awards.
And then we'll get
Full-
into the other
full amount
subject.
of the awards. Because that distinctly falls under the parade activity, and so we can't list it as an expense under the HOTS fund.
So the 300 would be enough to,
Yes,
as a cushion.
yes. Mhm.
Okay.
I'm certainly going to support it. I just think we ought to go ahead and make sure we put this in, because what we kind of done in some ways is we built in this mechanism where throughout the year, people come to us and ask for money. And I know this is different, this is an anomaly, but we'll be visited by people where it won't be an anomaly. It just happens that they have a need, and so I think it'll be driven back to the budget, so I clearly support this. What I'm asking is we put this amount or some similar amount in the budget
Yes.
if we know we're gonna do this,
It is.
so we can look at it. Because we've already got a couple items that are gonna be.
Yes.
I've already included
So we've done that.
Harvard says you already got.
We already have it in the budget.
It's already in the budget.
For this $300 is?
Well,
It's part of the whole,
For,
part of the
for a
package.
flat amount, and here's,
I didn't see it anywhere, so, okay.
okay.
All right.
it's under promotional funds is one of the expenses.
So I'll address that in just a second too.
1,500, yes.
Total.
Uh-huh.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. So part of what Marvin is doing here is that he and I have had several discussions over the budget, and what we do as a city and just about every government entity is that if somebody needs $1,000 for something this year, we automatically put it in the budget next year, whether it's needed or not. An example is on the next one. You want to get in about the banners. I pride myself in that I saved us like $2,000 on banners. We don't need to automatically add every year. I'm trying to beg our department heads to I think that we need to come up with an idea that gives them incentive to save us money, because our city is our reserves are very low. Let's put it that way. So that's part of where that's coming from. So the trophies are there. I don't know about the next topic. But even if they were, they didn't need to automatically be in there. And part of that is based on when EDC originally gave money for the Christmas festivities and the parade, all of which y'all have done. I think I've made it very clear. Y'all have done an awesome job each and every year, and I'm proud of it. And I'm proud of what we're doing. But it was also sold to us when EDC first came in, is that, in other words, part of it was, I think Brent came in and said, if EDC would buy us a commercial tree, it'll be a one-time investment. We won't have to spend that anymore. Now I'm hearing that we need a live tree this year.
Well, with that being said, probably comments were made before research was done, because artificial trees of any substantial size, we're talking $10,000 to $20,000 minimum on a good sale. And so that's a 15-foot artificial tree pre-lit. And so I don't think when that estimate was given, any idea had how much it would cost. And so we have made do every year with our lighted tree, which the city has unanimously, I feel like, voiced their opinion that it is not what they prefer, but it's what we have. And so, so this year we're making an effort to have another real tree. And so, and from there, because we're not having to spend very much money this year, because we have part of also what Brent said, what we all said was that we will in a smart way, purchase things that we can use year after year and just build on it. And we've done that. And we're at a point where we really do not have to spend that much money on decorations. The change is we would prefer to go back to a real tree this year. And then start researching and watching for sales for the artificial tree so that it's a one-time purchase. So we have several options on the tree and delivery fee. That can all come out of HOTS fund. So that really doesn't affect y'all at all.
Well, and what you're bringing to me, the way it's worded and everything else, when you're talking about safety and all that, is a lot easier for me to justify personally. I don't know about everybody else, but that's a little different than
Well, who brought up the tree? Is it on your agenda?
I
I'm not
did.
even sure why it was brought up.
I did, because that's what I told, well,
Because
I
remember,
think that's
we
what,
just spent money.
I think
Okay.
that's what Marvin told me.
Well, but we've
and-
used
and
that tree for 3 years now.
I'm out of the forever. We were gonna purchase
Right.
it for.
Did anyone?
I didn't realize we'd use it that.
Anyone at TML about those decorations and stuff? That,
For decorations at TML?
or, yeah, for the, when they did the TML here, did anyone go and talk?
She
to the
went.
vendors
I went to TML, but I didn't talk to anyone about Christmas decorations, no.
At the vendors, where they had the vendors, they usually
Right.
have a number of those Christmas displays in there about all their.
So one of the ones I'd brought up to y'all is downtown decorations, and it is still worth looking at when we go permanent artificial.
Mhm.
What they have is one that can start out, it's at the price range you're talking about. I think it was $8,000 to start out with maybe a 10-foot tree, and then you buy 4-foot increments. So it might have even been smaller than that, but then you can buy 4 foot and each year make it a little taller.
Mhm.
What looked intriguing to me is it supposedly folds flat for storage, which is probably important
That
to
is
us
very
because
nice.
some of
When
the
you're talking
problems that
about
we've had.
outside decorations and outside of a large building, 10 feet is, I mean, many people have 10 feet trees in their
Yeah, I
homes.
understand. And I don't know what the
So-
size was, but it was still, it was
Right.
like $8,000, which is a lot of money
Yes,
for not being the big one already.
The company, was I think was out of Plano, but I know when I talked to them, they had all different sizes, and you could, at that time, you could buy them or you could rent them.
Mhm.
And they either, you could contract with them to come put them up, and take them down, store them, or you could store them here. My point is that, you know, if we're gonna invest in one, let's get a good one, and then.
do it right from the
we'd have to
beginning.
Decide, do we have a place here that we could store it, or we'd have to pay someone to store it, but,
Right,
Based on our banner background, that needs to be really investigated.
right.
Storage.
But I'm going to use this moment to remind you that we have new people, and Todd has shown much more responsibility and care for a lot of the products that we have. And again, I think if you continue to express concern, I think he will continue to give it diligence.
Agreed. All right, so
So-
let's get back on track as to what we
Thank you.
really are talking about tonight. So on banner signs and approval to cover the equipment cost for installation banner signs. I will tell you that in your packet, it's too deep on everything that's gone on. And it's talking about how we discuss what banners we need and all that. The banners have been purchased for Christmas. They're already purchased. They're already here. They're waiting to be hung. It says that we're short of brackets. The brackets have been purchased. We should be in good shape. I will discuss here in a minute about moving forward with banners, but so what you're asking for is for equipment rental to,
Put your banners up
well,
to split.
we've got that, but you're
Mhm.
talking about, you're wanting to use the same equipment for doing what? For Christmas? The
We
tree-
were
decorating
going
that tree?
to, well, they will need it to put the lights around the tree. And then in anything else that's tall, we were trying to plan ahead and coordinate usage of the rental. But I believe again, I don't even have a copy of the agenda tonight. So
Here, I've got one
I
right
got
here.
lost in the weeds.
Or here, better yet, take Raul's, he's not here.
I don't think that's it. That's just paperwork.
our request tonight, Marvin, am I not correct? It was specifically for the 2 lift trucks, but mainly for the people blockades.
So you need,
So I don't even
You
think
need
it mentioned the
$300 for the-
blockades.
for the blockades.
No, the
500
300 bucks
I'm
is
sorry,
totally
But
different.
I-
We've already got,
$300 was for
Where
the
is that
blockade,
expressed? I didn't see the information about the blockade.
and it's $500 for the.
it's not in here that I saw.
Yeah, I don't, am I wrong? Is it not in there?
Is it in here,
No, we
Marvin, that I
didn't get it.
missed? I don't think it's in there.
Well, I lumped it all together. I see now I shouldn't have split it in two. But one was the awards and then all of this comes out of the same place. It all comes out of promotional. So
Shooting for $1,300.
So he went into the history,
Is
which
that what
I
it
thought,
says?
I think made it a little bit more confusing, but
Well, we
I don't
approved
see it now.
1,500 for the parade, for the parade. We're gonna use 300 for the awards. That leaves $1,200 left that we've already approved in the budget. Do we need any more money than $1,200? I think that's the issue.
I think what it said is you were asking for 500, I think, or 800.
1,000.
250 and 250 was,
yeah, for the lift, yeah.
It's like a total of
500 for the lift.
1,000, so 500 was
Correct.
what y'all were asking us to split.
And then the blockades.
And then the blockades on top of that.
So
How
that's
much was that?
roughly 1,400.
The blockades are
So it sounds-
900.
I personally think we can finagle some of the blockades out of the HOTS fund. So if y'all have approved $1,500, and we have already taken out 300, then I would think the 1,200 that's left would suffice to pay for the rental of the lift as well as the blockades.
Okay, so you'll pay for half the rental and then, as far as I'm concerned, you got a budget to do whatever y'all need to do with it.
Well, we have $1,200. That may pay for all of the rental. I mean, why would it not? I'm not sure why we're splitting hairs.
Well,
here.
what I read earlier was that he did the math talking to Todd. Todd's gonna need it for 2 days. Y'all need it for 2 days, so that's why it was being,
I don't think we need it for 2 days.
okay. So
I
you
really
have,
don't.
I make a motion that you have $1,200 to do the rest of what you need from EDC.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Does anybody need better explanation than that? That's in addition to the 300 that she's already got,
Would
so it's the
any more-
1,500 we had budgeted
Total of 1,500 for the Christmas parade for expenditures.
for that,
we need.
for that and the awards, yes.
I should have
That's-
lumped it as one. I apologize.
It's okay. And then next year, I think it needs to be presented before the budget to find out what we really need so that the budget's realistic and not just automatically.
Sure,
um,
but I don't have anything to do with your budget process, but, so
Well,
I
Talking
don't
about the city in
know.
general,
Whoever
Same with the hot.
you Or somebody from representative from the.
Okay, that's a whole nother story.
yes.
So you made a motion for 1,500?
For budget, you know, budget, we're
Well.
going to say, this is what we think we need, we put in the
I
budget.
don't know what the
Okay.
question is.
The motion is, we've already passed the 300, so forget that. $1,200 to go for the remainder of what they need for the parade.
I've already seconded it.
We have a motion second. Any
We're
further
doing it.
discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I do want to add on that last year, what was our biggest year, and we drew well over 400 people to this one event. So I definitely think it is an economic drive. It's community people and outside people. So we appreciate y'all supporting our efforts. So it's worth it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate everything y'all do. It is, I do a little bit of events and I know that takes a lot more than it looks.
Thanks a lot.
Did you want?
And this year we don't have the indoors, so all of this is squeezed outdoors. Don't know what all that does. Yes, sir. I'm gonna address the banners now.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
we're
we're
still on
still in that item.
Okay. So, a little bit different subject, but for agenda purposes, it's exactly the same. I have an idea that I've discussed with some people and all that. I want to bring to EDC to get your feeling on it, which is, EDC has, told me every time we talk about this, that we'd like to have the banners eventually go, one end to the other. We've also had some desire to have them year round. So what I am proposing that we do is I've already talked about looking into some kind of spring, summer type banner. What I am proposing tonight is that we come up with a program that we offer to our businesses. Hence the meeting, that if they approve it, we'll discuss and see if the businesses are interested. But what I would like to do is to come out with a banner that goes from one end to the other. They would all be uniform like our Christmas banners have been, to where it will be some kind of a border that all matches, but then to put in the center the logo of the businesses that want to participate. And I am suggesting like $250 would buy you 2 banners with your logo on it. We would try our best to put it as close to that business as possible. Some of those it's very feasible, some of them it isn't. But if they were willing to do that, to put up 2 signs with their banners on the same pole, then we'd still have uniformity. But not only would they be paying for their banner, it would help supplement the next pole down, so to speak. Plus it's a pole that we don't have to pay for. So it would cut our budget. It's just, the idea is, do y'all have a problem with me offering that to businesses and see how many takers that we have on it?
I don't have a problem.
What happens when they take it down? Who's responsible for them then?
Us. We'll store them with all the others. If they pay to put them back up, then we'll put them back up. If they're in that, I mean, first of all, we'd readdress it and see if everybody liked the idea after we tried it, both us, the council, and the businesses. So it's kind of a trial, but it's a heck of a bargain for a business, in my opinion, to be able to put anything on the boulevard, period, for one thing. But our businesses struggle. So I think it's something that EDC is bringing something to the table for the businesses. And I think that's what we're here for.
Quick, how long would that banner and the logo be up?
Well, so there would be no guarantee, but I think the easy way to say it is 6 months. And I think that would be 9 months, because basically the other thing I'm trying to do is to make it to where they're put up, so the labor would be a lot less. We're going to put them up at the same time as we take the others down. So usually people start squawking about the winter banners in about February or March. So if I can get these ordered and done quick enough, we'd put them up at the same time we take those down. They'd stay up until about this time of the year. I mean, that's
How you
something.
gonna sell these now?
Pardon me?
How you gonna sell it to the businesses? How they gonna get the word out to the businesses?
We're going to, the same way we do everything else. I'm going to call for a meeting, first of all, to introduce it to everybody. What we did with those other meetings that we did is we reached out to every business that is in our database. So basically everybody has a brick and mortar business for the most part, because that's who's paying a water bill. We reached out to them before. We got a good response. We got a better response than what showed up. I've talked to several people that were interested, but that didn't. But what I want to do is, the next meeting I would put together would be to offer an advertising opportunity that's only for our River Oaks brick and mortar businesses. I would also advertise that we're going to discuss EDC grants, because when we had the other meetings, I mentioned that and their ears perked up and they wanted to talk about it that night. So I think that those 2 topics will get people there. And so it'd be available to everybody, and we can do the same channels that we know now, which can be walking door to door, or, talking to your local mechanic or whatever, but it would be available to everybody that has a brick and mortar. Now, the question after that becomes, do we want to, if somebody has a real estate business somebody has a roofing business that doesn't have a building here, but they want to put roofs on here, do we let them? I would offer it to everybody else first. And to me, you charge more if they're not one of our businesses here,
Being more inclined, if it's EDC money, to be just for local businesses.
Yeah, I wouldn't want a
Located within the city of
competitor
River
in
Oaks.
another city advertising. Just my thought.
Well, that's my
The only
feeling, but
exception I would make to that would be if the base wanted to put something for the base, or,
Yeah, but that's not a business.
Hmm.
That's not a business.
but
I mean,
I still think
that
we're
would be
missing
different.
the patriotic thing between Lockheed and the base.
Really? You ever been in a
We really should
restaurant?
promote
I
that.
think you get a lot of patriotic folks.
Hmm?
We get a lot of folks in this.
I know,
So,
But-
yeah, I think we do that.
it just helps promote the city to them and thanking them for coming here.
right. And I can tell you that part of what I've been looking at, hadn't found the right thing yet, and I'll throw this out before making decisions, but part of what I've looked at is have a little bit of the red, white, and blue theme because we have so many patriotic holidays throughout that period of time, to where that way we could have red, white, and blue out there and not being concerned. If it's not an actual flag, we don't have to be concerned whether it's lit or not, and that kind of stuff. But it's just a place to start. But once the ball gets rolling, I do need it to roll quick in order to have it done by then. But I needed the blessing from you guys and blessing from council, which
I think
Can
have
get
a
tomorrow.
meeting and see what
It's
interest
certainly
there
worth a shot.
is, and then go from there.
I'm sorry, Don.
He said it'd be worth
Yeah,
a shot.
Darren, I'd be glad to go with you sometime to go to different businesses and talk about this.
That sounds great. I will take you up on that.
Individually to a business, talk about that.
That's perfect. I will take you up on that offer. There's probably some you can get in the door that won't let me in.
I would support that. I think Dan's right. I would invite the base to do something with us. I'd also invite Castleberry. It's not profit, so
Yeah,
we co-mingle with, for lack of other words, that there's support on going both ways.
I totally agree.
I do think, could you be prepared to bring that back for our next meeting, or does that drag it out too long? So we can, I think this needs to be an action item, just.
Yes, so I think that my plan would be to try, to try to have it ready for the next meeting, to make it where we go
we can
forward.
take some action we can authorize.
Yeah.
Well,
President.
you'll already have put up the holiday once, that won't matter then. will it?
No, they just need to be, this needs to be done by the time the holiday ones need to come down.
Okay.
So anyway, all right, I appreciate y'all's time on that. Sorry, guys. We're going to skip number 9 for right now. There's still discussions going on about the magazine. And I will briefly say that part of the magazine also was going to include Castleberry as well. And I've already talked to them about it, and they're excited about being part of it. Me and my magazine thing. I heard that, and it stuck with me. She gave me a hard time the other day. Number 10 is update on expenditure of Economic Development Corporation funds in the amount of $18,000 to offset the city's shared cost with Parker Hannafin to construct a 10,800 square foot parking lot qualified as an acceptable expenditure of funds pursuant to section 505.152, projects related to recreational or community facilities of the Texas Local Government Code.
Okay, tomorrow night, the interlocal agreement's being presented to the council for approval. So we finally got everything approval from the commissioner's court. Only thing is about 3 different square footages floating around, but it's actually 10,400 square feet. I talked to the Tarrant County today, and they said it doesn't matter to them what the square footage is. They just wanted to approve the project for me to just write it in there.
Okay.
So that's all settled and ready to go. And then once that happens tomorrow night, I should be able to get the schedule of when they're going to do it from
Okay.
Tarrant County. I just wanted to update PDC on it.
So they're waiting for the approval before they schedule it.
Right.
Has he given you an indication as to once that's signed, it's
He said it'd be done in
4 to
probably,
5 weeks or?
he said right now things are slowing down. He could probably do it in November.
Okay.
That's what we're shooting for.
And when were they shooting to be parking there?
1st of November, but
Okay.
we've worked a deal out for that for temporarily.
Yeah. Okay.
Just keep in mind, this will have to be brought back probably at mid-year for an EDC amendment because it's the last year's funding and we didn't do it last year. We
Okay.
couldn't.
When are they gonna start?
Hopefully
In November.
in November.
Okay.
But I can't
This
promise
is
that.
November, isn't it?
Well, I started saying it's November. We're not gonna vote to put that in our budget, our revised budget until afterwards.
That's kind of what I just heard.
Yeah,
Okay.
We're gonna have to revise the budget later. The money's there because we didn't use it last year, so. And I guess we don't have an exact number this minute if the square footage keeps moving.
Yeah, I think you take the extra, because I don't think the money is there. I understand we all expect to be finished, but I don't think we budgeted, otherwise we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, it's already budgeted. It's an auditor's thing. We have to justify where it comes out of, what year.
It's rare that I agree with any auditor or accountant that are doing this stuff. I'll just be quiet.
Okay, we're gonna move on to number 11, which is update from President Howe regarding new businesses for sale or lease. I don't have a whole lot of that right now. We granted, the council granted the permission to let the U-Haul go on a couple more months as they're redoing their building over there. I do see some construction going on, it appears. I don't really know what's going on, but they're moving. We got the Giggles Therapy is for sale.
What was that again, please?
The Giggles Therapy Building, on Roberts Cutoff.
Are they going out of business or moving or?
I don't know. I've asked some other people that talk to them on a regular basis, and they were going to inquire for me, but I hadn't heard back yet.
I had a friend that worked there and they were busy for a long time.
Well, they've changed the name too, so I don't know. It's not Giggles. It's something
I don't
Spectrum.
know what- Maybe the new owner is not doing the business.
Oh, is there new
They were
owners?
Doing business before.
I didn't realize it was a new owner. Okay, but that building's not that old. They built that 4 years ago, maybe.
That's a nice building.
It's a beautiful building for somebody else to buy it. It's got to be the right business because you don't really see it unless you're looking for it. We have our strip center is completely rented now for the first time since we've owned it. What's the newest business there?
Well, it's, I didn't get the actual name, but Custom Engraving Company. And they come out of, I believe it, Weatherford. They have one in Weatherford.
And I've talked to them about
Any
awards.
Awards there? But yeah.
Custom engraving, you might check with them about awards. Be a good sponsor opportunity for them. People keep asking about the Bank One building. It's not going to be a business. It is a private firm's offices. It's not a retail business. So, mhm. So, I don't know. Kind of at a blank here. Does anybody else know any businesses that are the eyesore over there on Merritt is up and running now. The building across the street is for sale. Everybody keeps saying. I went by there and the sign was knocked down. Meant to call just out of curiosity to see.
Do you ever lower the price?
I don't know.
Ridiculous price. Exactly.
I did have a man that lives on there that was wanting to locate his business in that building, and he was going to talk to him.
I'd love just out of curiosity to find out what was said.
At one time, he wanted $1.6 million.
And that's before prices doubled what they are now. Anyway, I guess we'll move on from that. Number 12, announcement, upcoming ribbon cutting event on Saturday, November 8th at 10 a.m. for Los Tres Cafecitos at 5406 River Oaks Boulevard, which many of you would know as formerly Boulevard Brew. Robert is the son of the Josefina family, and he is already open, so go by there and get you a cup of coffee. Seems like some great people. They've got some great plans for what they're going to do in the future, but right now it's just a coffee shop that's opened. And I think that another date had gone around that Marvin and I were trying to work on, and it got changed. And I know some of you, I think you're out of town, aren't you? And I think Brent's out of town. So some of us are not going to be able to make it. And I apologize that I wasn't able to plan it better. He wanted to do it in the middle of all the fall festivals when the schools and everybody else was doing Halloween stuff. So anybody that can make it out there, please. Be a great chance for you to come out and meet some people. But that's going to be this Saturday at 10 a.m. We'll have a ribbon cutting and we'll see how that goes and go from there. Anybody else got anything on that? Any questions or?
Well, I just had a thought, in the past, haven't we given some of our business $200, have we offered that to them?
150 is what I offered.
150 is what it is.
Have we offered that to them?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I just think for a new business, that's a pretty big deal to have that offer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Sure,
it's,
I can know if somebody turned it down. I'd be curious.
well, especially for doing something like this, that way they're struggling already. They don't want to give a bunch of stuff away, but all of a
If they're $1 million
sudden,
company, I'd still offer them $150.
Right. right?
You know why? They'd still take it.
That'd be the first one to take it. Executive Director report.
It's pretty well been covered.
Okay. Anybody else have anything?
I'd like to make a request if I may.
You
For the
cer-
next
certainly
meeting,
can.
Or hopefully next meeting, but if not, soon. I read on my, I do read everybody, I read these things. I noticed that there's a 10% monthly franchise fee. So there's an increase, and I got real curious when it said involving street rental uses, dispatching, billing, other administrative fees associated with collection and disposal of commercial dumpsters. So the 10% monthly franchise fee increase to recoup those costs already incurred by the city. So my request is, I'd like to know, not at this meeting, but at a future meeting, well, what the heck that means. I mean, I've got a fair grasp of the English language. And I know
Well,
you're trying.
right now, I'll just tell you, right now, all we're getting on the bills to the customer is exactly what we pay them for disposal. We have nothing else for administration, for street rental, which is totally legal to do. Every utility figures street rental in there. And for anything else that we have to do, like answering complaints, following up on the complaints, all of that is not being covered. So I talked to some people, other cities that do the franchise, and I compared them all together. And even with a 10%, which is what they are, we were way lower. We were way lower than they were back in 2023. So our rates were lower than those. Now you may could call somebody individually and get something different, better than that. But as far as the cities and what their rates, that's what it
So
compared
that would
to.
lead to the next question.
I don't have a dog in the fight. I mean, I just want an explanation because here's the reason I even feel like I do have a dog sort of in the fight, or we do. We want to know how it might affect potential business because anybody that moves in here typically is going to find out what their water is or their expenses.
Yeah.
And that's one of them. As long as it's reasonable, that's why I'd like an explanation.
Well, we're constantly getting where they do move in and then they discover it. And then
Well,
that's a
so
bad
that's my
taste
point.
in their mouth after they've already spent the money to move here.
Is there any way to transition to the business can look for their own trash?
I guess you can do that, but this city will lose all of its income for that. Because
You
right
just
now,
got finished
it's
telling
on
us there wasn't income.
revenue. That right now, all of it is together, the landfill, all of that. We have to split up with commercial and residential right now.
So you're saying we're not making revenue off of it, but we're benefiting from it for our trash fee, for our dump fees? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the
We're
dump
saving
fees
on
is
the
part of
residential
it, yeah.
because of.
Because it went up 6.4% this year.
So what I'm getting at is, if I understood you right, I thought you just got finished saying that we don't make any money off the commercial trash. You're charging.
Not right now, we don't.
Charging the company.
We actually lose, yeah.
So how do you lose that? Because of the administration fees you have to do? So what if you didn't have to do administration fees and that company got trash elsewhere?
You can do that. You can turn it over to them. They're gonna turn around and do the same thing.
I think he's asking for an individual business like himself.
Yeah, so if I go and I want to hire another dumpster company.
Right now, the way it's set up, it's all as one contract. Now, you can get roll-offs and stuff that way, yeah, from any company you want to.
Then I have a second question, so I can't do that. It said one of them went up 0.4% and the other one went up 6%,
Mhm.
and yet you're charging 10%.
What's your
how does that,
That 6.8 is just part of it.
Oh,
I don't have the administration figured into that.
okay, that makes sense. I'm going 6 plus 0.4.
Yeah.
Even if Castleberry doesn't end up at 10.
No, it don't. You're right.
What's your projected income then for that, Marvin, per year?
Huh?
Even at
What's your
Pascal.
projected
Or
income
Pascal, yeah.
that this should raise for the city? Is it gonna cover all these other fees that are not covered now?
As far as in the commercial,
Administration,
yes,
Whatever you're saying, that is not being covered under the.
it
current
will be
structure.
covered with this. Yes, it will be covered with this.
So obvious that becomes the time, do we look as, is it time to get out of the commercial trash business? I'm still not sure what we're saving as a city, and if it's substantial, then that's important.
It's
But
cheaper to get it all contracted. And what we were saying first before we talked about the individual was, you hire a company to do it, it's gonna save the city a lot of money, but it's not a popular subject.
For who?
yeah,
Not
but you're talking
popular.
about something, you're talking about residential trash.
Yeah,
And that's not what he was
residential
at. He was at, okay, so what I'm getting at still goes back to the same thing. I'm not talking about a residential trash. I do not want to give up the residential trash now or ever, as far as I could ever see. But I have for a long time had a hard time understanding why we're in the commercial trash business.
And we
Because
can look
most
at
cities
it
that
now.
are, they're in it because they're forced to, because they're using waste management or something to do their residential trash. To me, that would be one of the advantages that we have having our own.
We can certainly do that.
But a second ago, it sounded like you said that we're making money somewhere. We're saving money on our residential trash.
If
We just need to look at it, revisit it.
That's what we've been doing here lately is trying to study all of it.
Mm.
Residential and commercial, you have to separate them. There's no other way, but they're all together as one our utilities.
Well, I understand that, and I'm sorry, I really wanted to. I'd like to abide by the rules of the.
It would get us out of the billing business and all that to let
Well,
it be
my
done
point
by the
is-
company.
Are we, at the end of the day, are we asking our businesses to support? We're asking our businesses to support our homeowners' trash.
No, sir, we're not.
Are we asking,
We're asking them to support the commercial and what it costs us.
well, but if, and again, I'm just, I don't have dogs in fight, and I don't know anything about this, that's why I'm asking. And so I'd really like to kind of see what all that means. If, let's just say for a moment, we're not in the business, and a restaurant owner can call XYZ company and negotiate twice a month or 6 times a year, or whatever they do to negotiate. They pay that fee and they're done with it.
Yeah, but consider you have no control when that happens.
Well, see, I'm.
You mean the city has no
The
control?
city has no control.
But
I'm not
why does the
burdened
city
enough to know
need
what
control?
I need. That's the whole thing. I don't know.
Well, a lot of your code ordinances, your trash, all of that is run around that. If you don't have any control, you just call the company and say, hey, would you come out there? If they come out in a week, 2 weeks, the people are mad and fire because they're calling us. We can't do nothing about it. It's contracted. Do you want that? If you do, then
I don't know. I never had that problem in Fort Worth.
I'm not
They
saying-
don't do it, so I'm not
I don't-
understanding, but.
I'm not educated enough in this matter to know. Again, my concern is could this affect businesses here? I don't want to use the word desperately, but I'll be glad to use that word. We desperately want businesses. And there's really kind of only 3 places they're going to go. If our rates are subsidizing the housing instead of the opposite way,
it's not.
it would seem to me that businesses ought to pay for their own, a homeowner ought to pay for their own.
And the homeowners are complaining right now as well. I've read
Well, I
several
understand.
posts today.
But those could be, true numbers are true numbers.
Yes.
whatever the bills are, and then you have to build in for some. Those, at some point in time, we also know those trucks have to be amortized, and new trucks, another discussion. But my point is, if we allowed, just like people buy, business owners buy their oil or their bread or whatever they use in their daily bread, their business, that they buy their copy paper from Copyco, we don't care where they buy it from. What would be the downside? And I don't want to talk about it tonight because I want everybody to think this through. What's the downside of just telling a business owner, you gotta keep your dumpster area clean, have a nice day? Because that's really what the city's telling me. I gotta keep my yard clean and put the trash out on Mondays and Thursdays.
It's just you won't have any control to do that.
What control would we not have? I'm sorry.
You won't, once you contract it out, you lose control on anything, just like wastewater, anything, you lose control.
Can I just suggest something? I've had conversations with Marvin before, and some of this that has been explained to me makes a lot more sense than what is being conveyed
Yeah.
tonight. So I'd like to go back to what you said, everybody think it through and start studying it and bring it up at another night, also when Marvin's prepared to defend the case. I think it will come together a little better because he does have some great points to make. There's also great points to make against it, but I feel like it would be better done at a meeting where everybody's prepared.
Oh, I agree, but I'll just.
And that's what he originally asked for, so just an
That's why-
explanation.
remember About
And,
15 minutes ago, I said, can we get the facts?
and
what the
that's
costs
what we
are,
need to do.
what
It's
the
just,
additional costs are, what, I'm just not smart enough. I mean, I'm not educated. I think I'm kind of smart, a little bit, but.
but it's
I just wanna
confusing.
be educated
It's
what the
confusing
facts
for
are,
all
what-
of us.
What's our income, what's our,
Well, I just thought I was explaining to you why we did it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
No,
okay.
I understand that.
Let's try to put it together and look into it and just see if it's still what we need to do as a
So
city.
we can understand, because we're gonna be, sometimes, we have 2 business owners, 3 business owners on this, 4 business owners, including God on this place. They might have some concerns too.
I can tell you, I got a phone call really quick after the first bill came out from one of our customers.
I'm glad to let the council worry about the homeowners part of it. 'Cause I don't think that.
All right, does anybody else have anything? You,
Just to tell you right off though, none of this bill has come out yet.
none of what bill?
The
I guess there was a
commercial, they won't-
notice because.
No, there was a letter that went out
letter went out.
Okay.
explaining. So when, and that was the good part. So, because if I'd have gotten my bill and said, yep, you can use the safer words, this is,
Yeah, well, that's what I thought had happened. I thought somebody got their bill.
That's all I'm asking, is can we get the facts at a future meeting, maybe the next meeting or following meeting? I just made a request as a group unless somebody objects.
That's very good. All right, I'm gonna call this meeting adjourned at 7:58 PM. 6:58.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Excuse me. And can I request that somebody get the clock changed?
For some work over that. You feeling better?
Who does that?
You said
I
you
did that
were
when I
there
was-
a little bit.
You do
Oh, I
that?
was,
That
yeah.
should be somebody,
Fred?
that works or something.
That was
It's
a joke.
easy to
As my
use.
grandson
Jump up
says,
and
it's
say, "We've already been
ripples.
here."